I walked upon a melancholy hill, while their song echoed from the chasm deep, the weight of family bonds cementing still the secrets that our fathers chose to keep. We drown our vulgar truths beneath the tide, and lance the boils that fester in the dark. The trust we place in blood has been belied, the soul adrift without a guiding mark. The ship of family now unrigged adrift conceals a cargo of unspoken shame. The veil between the worlds begins to lift as we bear witness to a butcher's game. The whispered lies of they've abandoned you eclipse the truths that burn within our soul. I'm all you have, both false and darkly true, are tortured minds that struggle to stay whole. Unless perchance you come to me again, mine own escape unfoldeth to my hope, entwined at death and life beyond our ken, immortal in our brief and bitter scope.
Alright, let's get this show on the road. This is like the post-credit song, or credit song for the animation, The Gaslight District. Pretty cool. I really like the soundtrack to this whole thing. But okay, let's see. I'm tuning the volume. I think that'll probably be fine for this. Okay. Without further ado, we're back in the, in this... I think I need to... I guess just put the rest of the quest in here. Because we have, basically the flower is drugs. So I'm thinking, let's go otherwise here. Oh wait, actually, let's have this here. Well, no. Well... yeah, I think this is fine. I think... I think we need to do this. Let's have note here. So, what is this exactly? This is, yeah, that's a catch-all. I had a specific thing. Yeah, most of the actual notes for this are here, so let's do note, flowers, drugs, where, journal, task is active, another life, So basically, we have discovered there's a field that people, or the murdered woman was managing a field where they grow flowers that are basically like poppy seeds or something like that, where like they're used to manufacture drugs. And her aunt, who we're helping investigate this whole thing, should have been able to tell us that. Or could have at any point told us that, which would have like helped us understand the full extent of the case. But part of it's from a standpoint of like, I guess, shame that the aunt doesn't want us to know what the flowers are used for and what they're growing and why they're doing the work they do. But also, as a spoiler that I keep saying, she was also involved in the death, is covering for who she thinks killed her. And so she's kind of deliberately dragging her feet in the investigation, and that's part of why she wanted your help. Or wanted to, like, I know what it should be. The player should have to explicitly say, I want to investigate. So I'm going to just put that as one of my to-do list things here, of just, like, in another life, player should be the one who, like, investigates. Yeah, because... So investigation, player should be the one who wants to investigate. Then auntie to help. Because, like, I'm divided between making sure the player isn't the only character who's, like, doing anything or has any sort of motivations, and also making sure the player isn't sort of, like, feel like an idiot patsy that's just being kind of dragged from plot point to plot point, which is how a lot of open world games kind of feel, where it's like you just bump into someone and they're like, hey, I'm doing the plot of a story. Would you like to, like, be the plot muscle? You know, you don't have any motivations in the plot, you're just, like, doing all of the actions. And I think for this, I kind of want the opposite, where, like, Auntie is the one who has to do, like, the translation work for you, because you don't speak Yakazi. But you are the one in charge of where to go and what to investigate. And so I think I should also figure out how to have the end conclusion. I think I have some idea. Let's say I think I... So, you know who did it? Let's mention you, murder. Actually, I have a good idea. I think I may know who murdered the woman. I think we need... Okay. Let's say you know the killer. Or let's say... Actually, let's say this. Yeah, let's say that, and then also... Okay. Basically, what I'm having here is, I'm gonna have the ability to, or the end of the quest is gonna be, you go up to a police officer, you tell him, I think I know who killed him, or I know who killed her, and then you say who did it, why they did it, and how they did it. So I guess it's like a game of Clue. Because otherwise the police are sort of content to let the village sort it out themselves. Which I guess actually... there could be other variations where you like go to different people and do different things. Like maybe you go to the village elder instead, or lord, or whatever it be. Yeah. For now, it's just going to be the Peacekeeper. So, yeah. Let's just say this. 3 note checks. Who did it? Why they did it? Or who did it? Their motive. And then, like, evidence supporting this. Okay, note. IAL guy, where... let's have our catch-alls first. Note, underscore, where, mentioned, Q, murder, let's say accuse failed. Okay. I believe rename guy. Let's say actually, do you want to accuse... Okay, let's save this. Well, so we'll just have, like, I believe guy was the murderer. I guess we could have, like, basically a stat for this. So, like, IAL... we could do IAL inheritance. I think this is the only one that we have here. Their family, no? Why would he do that? So mention Q motive. Forget Q motive. I don't know. Let's say we need more than a name. Or let's say blind accusations. Yeah, blind accusations are not helpful. Or let's say I thought that would be enough. Let's actually have this be, let's have go to, I think I'm gonna do name, or like M name. I know. Basically creating variables here, and then we'll have like a topic or like ID IAL guy, and then we go to murder or like murder. I know, we actually need to enter here. No, we know, we do go to. Okay, basically this does this. And then we can have like a few different things here of like unique names. Say like So we can have like enter, check, this is like accused ID. And we can have like check underscore. Why would? What is the motivation? Okay. He is family. No, why would he do that? Okay. Basically what I'm doing is I'm making this generic, so that way we can have like this is correct, right? Yeah, okay. So yeah, I believe accused was the murderer. Check accused ID. Blind accusations are not helpful. Okay, so then we can do basically this exact same thing, except we'll have like IL husband. There we are. Okay. So yeah, we can see like I don't know, forget Q motive. Yeah, shakes his head. Blind accusations are not helpful. Okay. So let's see if this works, first of all. Basically, we now have the ability to go to the guard, tell him that we think it's somebody. Where's the peacekeeper? We'll go here. He nods. So I think I may know who murdered the woman. You know the killer? Oh, I see. We need to have every note. Okay, I see. We now need all of these mentioned notes to be above these, yeah. So yeah, murder accusations go on top of the notes. And then other notes. There we go. Because otherwise, it'll show up all of those other notes, and then you can accidentally trigger the... you'll just be in a loop. So yeah, we do this. I think I may know who murdered him. So, doesn't seem relevant. Oh yeah, I forgot to make it so that when it's a fallback, it doesn't have this here. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that right now, because otherwise this is gonna be kind of impossible for the player to do. Let's go to dialogue, UI, I guess? Or perhaps journal. So if we get like notification, no, not. I think it's something like, oh yeah, it's evaluate, priority. So this is not, oh, I see. So state should be local block state. So I think we need fallback as one of our things. We can get to this note, but only by fallback. So now I need to figure out where that's done, because that should be like fallback somewhere in here. Oh, fall through. Such as note underscore. Okay, that way we have this. If argument equals underscore, check if we're allowing fall through. Get compiled false null. You know, I think this is actually not what I want, and instead what I want is for my evaluator. So let's put that back to how it is. So relative priority of different states. So this get notes by tag, okay, that's correct. Oh wait, but this journal get notes by tag player dot. Eventually we need to have, hang on, to do. Set is dreaming. Okay. Priority here, preview note does something. Tags array, evaluator find item note this. So find item, fall through. Okay, so I don't think I ever used this. No, I see. So we should not have this here. Hang on. Oh wait, I forgot. So I'm gonna need to skip a lot of stuff for now. I think I may know who murdered the woman. Now we have this. Because now we need to make sure that anything that has underscore. Let's see what the tags are. Oh yeah, we're going to be going through every single... I think it would be much faster from a performance perspective to like... Actually, let's just have it so that it only skips to things that aren't true. Say note AL guy, accused murder, so that's good. So note another life. No, that's not correct. Oh, wait, but... I think because we're searching for things well, how would this work? No, it's supposed to... It's supposed to go through them from top to bottom, like in order. Yeah, because we have our sorted labels here. So if plain and items by type fall through and stuff. Okay, so hang on. What is this other item? Another life, IL, body recovered. Let's see what this is. So sorted labels, okay, so our parameters are all this stuff. Okay. So we have parameters, note, or we have a whole bunch of things. Note another life and false. Okay, so we got this one correctly. So what happens when we return here? So what is our found label? Our found label is journal task another life IAL active. That's not correct. This should not have been active. Hang on. I think there's something... So where do we set up the fall through? I think that's going to be in dialog evaluator. Yeah, we have fall through here. Eval params. So argument equals underscore. Parse special label. Okay. Hang on, let's do like fall through, notify check. Let's do like if notify check and label dot notify if not execute dot notify params ctx continue. Okay. Basically, I'm just gonna slightly change how this works. Oh, I guess if there's no arguments, we don't need that. Okay, so, I'm looking for... What am I looking for? Journal UI, put true here. Basically, this doesn't seem to be working, this fall through thing, so what I'm going to do instead is just add another parameter. And what it should do now is, when we go to the journal, it should check for this here. Yeah, so this should now give us a whole bunch of things where, like, we don't have this at all. Okay, the flowers, drugs. Okay, so now we still have all of these, even though they're not supposed to be here, which is fucking stupid. Okay, because literally, how is this, like, being done? And label. Hang on, close everything that isn't the thing that I need. Like, this literally should just be the name false. And actually, I just realized a better thing here, which is the item label can just have a boolean called notify. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. I do actually have an area where I need that. And that's why... Okay, I see. Okay, but we have this here where if argument equals nothing, item notify equals get compiled false null. Alright, remove this, because this is clearly wrong. I think what I really do need to do is make sure that this fall through is like... So yeah, let's remove this. So like, allow fall through. I have a much better idea on fall through. Just don't have it here. So yeah, if argument equals this, we're just going to do Just do this. And then instead what we're going to have is... How are we going to do this? I just want the ability to see which labels have arguments. Oh, right. I just remembered how I'm going to do that. I can literally just have, like, bar false. If this is a fall through option, such as note underscore. Oh, I see. I already have debug cons. I didn't realize that those actually existed. But okay. So, argument equals this. We're going to do label.fallthrough equals true. And then what we can do is when we find an item, for type in labels.type, for L string and sorted labels, label equals this. So if the type is wrong, actually let's just do if L label dot fall through and not allow fall through. Continue. There we are. And now we don't need this. So I really hope that this works. Underscore type equals check. And, oh, I see. Mr. type equals this, and then let's do like check items equals and this and that and blah and blah. Okay, because otherwise we don't have check items at all. Okay. I guess the game is just extraordinarily slow to start up for no particular reason. Just fading in very, very, very slowly. The game is running, but it's not live. Oh, it's paused inexplicably for no reason on frame 1, which is fun. I like that. Okay, he nods. Use a note. Okay, good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. How is this? Hang on. Did I set this wrong? Like, not all of these should be... Oh, I guess... Okay, yeah. I think the big issue is that we're getting the exact same thing 1 quadrillion times. Like, We've done this before. Like, what are we looking for now? Like, we have this once. Like, what is the label that we're looking at? Note another life. Good. Okay. I mean, I guess, yeah, it's the question of why are we doing this so frequently? Populate list, draw list, set active, notification. Why are we getting this notification, like, so many times? Draw list. Oh, no, I see what it is. It's because every single journal note has to do its own thing here. Because of the way that I've set this up, it's just a horrendous setup. Let's see. It still doesn't fucking work. How is this even possible? Like, okay. I think I need to, like, dramatically rethink how I do these notifications for each journal note. Let's do if il in tags breakpoint. No, let's do if flower drugs. Okay, flowers drugs. The flowers is drugs. Okay. So let's just see the lifespan of this specific note. Okay. So what is the result here? Okay, so that makes sense. Notes another life, task is active, IAL active. Music is also dead. So let's go. It's doing this twice, 3 times. Interesting that it did it. Oh, because it has to do it for each category that it appears in. Yeah, because this system is fucking garbage. So first thing we can do to make this a bit better, let's put in bugs like do evaluate notifications once for each journal note. So this is like UI performance. And yeah, what we need here, I think I may know who murdered the woman. Okay, so this time, when we go into here, this is false. So we should have... Oh, wait, but because allow fall through is false. Oh. I see. I see the issue. Hang on. I think what we need here... So we don't need allow fall through here. Because if we have fall through blocked here, we actually just get the next item. Yeah. I think instead what I want is for this item pair to not be just a generic array. Because what do we actually return here? We return the, like, sequence that has the label, and then we return the label itself. I think what I'd actually want to do is have the item label. And then we could have this actually just have the, like, var item dialogue item or something like that. You know, so then we do label So what do I need? Sorted labels. Append array labels.keys sort custom. Okay, that's fine. So when do we create the sorted labels? We create a label group. Labels by type. Okay, so for sequence.labels, item label.new label dot item equals sequence dot find label. No, L. So then we just have the label there, and then when we do find item, we're just gonna get item label. Then we don't even need this, really. We can just do item label. In fact, we can just return the label, can't we? Yeah, we can just... Or we don't even need this. So yeah, we're just gonna return label. And then we just return null. And that means that we'll have some more difficult things here. Found label. We don't even need this. Okay, so we'll do like found label dot block dot name. Yeah, and the next item equals found label dot item. Okay, and then here when we do this result item label, if results dot so if not results or results fall through, we return this. Otherwise, we return the max stat of results dot. Ooh, this is going to be tricky. So the max status of a string. I'm going to do... When do we use max status? I think we only use it, so I'm going to do label here, and then this is going to be item label. Oh yeah, and then we don't need this. Okay. This is finally what I want. I want it to be when we get the results and it is a fall through block, we note that it's invalid. Oh, and then here, if not L, or if L, go to special. This is weird. Why do we do go to special recursively? Oh, underscore go to special. Okay, I see. L dot name. Hang on. We need item labels to also have the their name, I guess. Or do we even need, hang on, when we go to special, yeah, we don't even need this. We can just do go to special label item label. Then we have label.block.name. In fact, we don't even need this. We do this. Label item. Yeah, everything gets simpler and simpler as we do this. Okay. So now if we use a note, we got this, great. And it's done 3 times because it's all messed up. I think I may know who murdered the woman. Okay. So now we have Guy and the husband. Do you want to accuse, rename husband? No. Okay. Whew. Now we have the fall through working. So I think that was a bug that I had. Yeah, notifications don't respect fall through. Now they do. Okay. I kind of want to also do the fix now for all of the the performance fix. Well, but it's not really causing any issues at the moment. How would I do it anyway? So if we did evaluate, so yeah, because we do get notes by tag if evaluator. Yeah, because right now what we do is when we populate the list, we only populate type by type. So we don't actually do all of this evaluation stuff. Ah, well. I'll ignore it then. It'll be too complicated and I want to actually, maybe potentially do some stuff today. Okay. So yeah, now we should have all of our logic slightly simplified. So simplified, or I know, fixed fall through for journal, UI, and simplified go to or find item. Okay. Fixed some stuff and wrote some dialogue. Yeah, okay. Instead, let's go to this. So that doesn't seem relevant. That's cool. So now, her husband, why would he do such a terrible thing? So we now need the ability to mention things. So I think we'd mention Q motive plus, or let's do like mention plus accused. And then we just forget the thing as well. Okay, so now what we have is, for question 2, we go up to here, note IL, or like IL/inheritance, where mentioned Q accused IL guy. Oh, and we should also have like Q accused as just a thing as well. Actually, I have a good idea. Mention accuse. There we go. Okay. There we go. So we've accused guy, and then we'll have notes underscore where IAL, or like mentioned Q motive, where motive failed. That doesn't seem, or like you can't figure out how that would be a suitable motive. Okay. So note inheritance, mention accused IAL guy. So she owned, or she inherited his father's property. He was probably jealous. But would he get the land? Well, I suppose... Let's say that's fine. So yeah, we've accused someone of murder, and then we're going to go to motive answered back. That could have been a motive, but is there any evidence? We may also want to have the gender as a thing that I can, like, yeah, let's do that. Oh, wait, no. Her is actually better here. Because we have her, hers. Oh, wait, no. In neither case do they actually give us the full scope. I'm just going to call it he's. Oh, wait, no. Like, his car is different than... So, like, her car versus the car was hers. But for men, it's his car and the car was his. There's the same word. So if I want to use this for both men and women... Let's call this accuse. And in fact, more accurately, accuse a man. Oh wait, no. Actually, I have a better idea. Just use hers. He, his, hers. And so for accusing a woman, the reason I can't do, like, feminine pronouns by default is because this should be she, her again, hers. Okay. So that could have been his motive. But is there any evidence? But is there any But we need more than that to accuse someone. But, but is there any harder evidence? Can't you find that out? You're the police around here. That was all I could think of. Let's say, like, we don't have any sort of, but if you can... So this is not going to be, like, mention to hard evidence. And then, like... Or no, forget. Okay. A lot of stuff here. But is there any evidence? Oh, It's not enough to say he may have... So we don't have enough people to do an investigation. It's the village's job. But if you can give us the information... Okay. So now we need the actual, like, physical evidence that one of these people could have done it. So let's start with Guy and the husband, since they're, like, the two kind of obvious suspects. You know, because they're both kind of evasive. Let's say, why would he do that? What is the motivation? And we can eventually have even more things here. But okay. Let's actually see if these work. So I'm going to save as like a pre-accusation. Save game. Before accuse. Oh, world save game, I think. Save load.save game. There we go. Oh, right. So yeah, use a note. This. I think I may know who murdered the woman. Also, we should have like a back false here when we do accuse. So yeah. Actually, how did we do back true? If, like, because we can see here, it does a false there. So yeah, in another life, so yeah, let's rename, or let's accuse the husband. I believe the husband was the murderer. Her husband, why would he do such a terrible thing? Interesting. Mention accused plus dollar accused. Wasn't there a whole thing about variables that where it was like I guess I can just mention the guy. So like we can just like and then here we actually, instead of doing accused, so we just mentioned IAL guy inheritance motive. Use a note. Guy. So let's accuse Guy. I believe Guy was the murderer. Still. Oh, right, because I think it's basically this syntax here isn't smart enough to detect when I'm using a variable. Because these are like text replacement. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. Use a note. Flower is drugs. I know who murdered him. That's not right. Use a note. Guy. Yes. So I believe Guy was the murderer. Also, I should lower the volume slightly. Okay. His family. No, why would he do that? No, there are answers. I don't know why it's not giving me the answers. Because we should have IAL/inheritance when mentioned IAL Guy inheritance motive. Do we have... Let's go to, like, IAL/inheritance. Ah, we never did that. So yeah, I don't know. Blind accusations are not helpful. Oh, right. I see what it is. This here should be like that. In fact, we should probably just go back to, like, fail. So, like, go to fails. I mean, I guess we can just exit even. Okay, so we have all that. Yeah, we'll just exit here, and then we'll exit here as well. Oh, wait, no. And here we do back false, rather than exit. Okay, because otherwise there's like 3 different options that I need to do in order to like back out of a thing. Hang on. Why does it take so long? What is the deal with that? Let's stop that. Okay. Oh wait, cancel. Nope. So Guy, do we not have proper like things about him? Yeah, this is important. Seems dodgy about the murder. Could he potentially be protecting the husband? I don't think he wants us asking questions about the murder. So what sort of things would I not understand? Yeah, okay. So, could he potentially be protecting the husband? I don't know why he would do such a horrible thing. What would he gain? I think he knows more than he's letting on. Could he be involved somehow? Is there anything you're not mentioning? So, when Guy's father died, he gave his farmland to Fahrenheit. He was her great uncle, you see, and he always had a soft spot for her. I think Guy had a grudge about it. So he gave his inheritance to his great niece instead of his son? Yes, Guy was in his 40s, I think, and Fahrenheit had turned 15. I suppose Uncle thought he had his life figured out and wouldn't need it. What is this land used for exactly? Oh, you know, crops. What sort of crops? Flowers, actually. Yeah, not poppies. So the player can notice these flowers are used in drugs if they're observant. I can imagine Guy might be angry about that. Not enough to murder, surely. It's not even her land anymore. The Emirate banned women from owning property. Her husband owns it now. Okay. So now, we can go back to here. We can go back to Guy. We can use Guy. So yes, I want to accuse Guy of murder. We're supposed to have it now. Hello? Hang on. We should have IAL/inheritance in here. We have it here. So let's go to the evaluator. No, let's go to the journal. And then if the tag contains... If... IL inheritance in n.tags break point. Okay, so we should have it in here. Yeah, so we have this. Tags, boom. So we should have a result. We do have a result. And the result is good. No, the result is not good. How is it not good? Is it just a typo? Where mentioned IAL Guy. Accused ID, IAL Guy. Oh. That was the issue. Wrong variables. Note. Actually, can I do like context here? No, I can't do context here. Okay. Oh wait. Unpause. There we go. I think I may know who did it. It's gonna be... Let's remove this. Probably Guy. Yes. I believe Guy was the murderer. So yeah, Guy's father gave his farmlands to his great niece instead of him. So she inherited his father's property. He was probably jealous. That could have been his motive, but is there any evidence he could have hurt her? Oh yeah, now we need to have the next fall through. which is going to be Q hard evidence. Mentions Q hard evidence. Failed. Okay. So yeah, can't you find that out? We don't have enough people to do a full investigation. It's the village's job. If you can give us the information, we can make an arrest, at the very least. And, ask questions then. That was all I could think of. Oh wait, I see. This goes here. There we go. Okay, there we go. So now we have motive answered, and then we can have evidence provided. I think we need to ask. Okay, and then it's going to be context, arrest, IAL, no, accused ID. Okay, so this is what? River Town? Just gonna have, yeah, create that. Arrest. ID. String. State. Add stats. So IAL arrested plus ID. Okay. And yeah, I might need to do like a better system. Well, I don't really need a more robust NPC system yet. But yeah, I do think my end goal will eventually be to make this 3D, because to make it a nice looking 2D game would probably take more work. At least from me, because I'm not much of an illustrator. Well... Yeah, I think it'd be more work that I'm more interested in doing for 3D. Also, the hybrid of a 3D platformer and adventure game is something that I've wanted to do for a while, so it'd be like, you know, useful. Okay. Actually, first thing I want to make sure of is that I didn't accidentally break this. So who are we actually? Because I'm looking for IAL who? This peacekeeper. Who is this peacekeeper? Oh yeah, I forget. I keep forgetting that there's no physics-based state anymore. River peacekeeper, B. Okay. Let's do this then. Like state, remove stats, whatever. Or erase stat. River peacekeeper /B/ accuse husband. We also need to do IAL active now. Okay. And then we clear. And then we unpause, exit out immediately. Oh, I see. If exit item. Oh, wait. If not exit item equals this? Huh? Wait, hang on. Let's just do null. Oh, wait, no. Eval next item equals null. Eval dot, let's do this. Otherwise, what we're doing is we push the stack exit item dot item? No, what do we push the stack with? Block name. Yeah, there we are. And then exit item item. There we go. There we are. Oh, I see. I forgot to... We need to go back in again and do, like, the state erase stat river peacekeeper BIL active. And also accuse guy. Or is it accuse... Oh yeah, I guess that's what it is. Is that what it is? Yeah. So now... if we do this again... Basically, the reason I want to do this is so that we don't have back complete the block until we've actually accused someone of something. I'm going to call this IAL accuse. Even. Okay. I think I may know who murdered the woman. So yeah, now we have a few things here. So do I want to accuse guy? Yes. Use a note. This. Use a note. This. This is not correct. Yeah, because hard evidence... Hang on. How is this not done? That could have been his motive, but is there any evidence? So did we not do that then? I mean, let's also make sure. So, okay. Because we failed to accuse guy, it's still shown as like a new item. So that way it doesn't get lost in the like repeated items. So hopefully the player doesn't like blindly accuse someone of murder. But okay, do I want to accuse guy? Yes. He's family, no? Why would he do that? admittedly here, because there's so few potential options, maybe I should just have them listed out. But then again, I think it's more interesting to force the player to view this. But okay, that could have been his motive, but is there any evidence he could have hurt her? So why is this still being shown? Hang on, we need to do, let's go to the main 2D. So this should have like dialogue. Okay, dialogue viewer. So I think we can do like world, dialogue viewer. Oh, right. Hang on. Dot, eval. Clear. And I need to do, hang on. UI cancel. We need to remove this. And then I'm going to edit this to be X. And then we're going to add that. Did I add it? Hello? Did it get added? Why is it not here? Like it's not in here. Keyboard keys, escape. Okay, close. Okay. Because for now what I need to do is I need to... that. There we go. So we have murder, IAL guy, Q hard evidence. True. Ugh. So these are the things that we have mentioned. Did we not, like, re-import the dialogue or something? Oh, I see. I didn't put it high enough here. That's why. Because I'm an idiot. Because these are right now in reverse chronological order. Because otherwise there's like complicated things that I'd have to do to like properly forget the context for the things at the right time. So I think I may know who murdered the woman. I believe it was Guy. And it's because he's mad that his father's farmland was given to her. And then he asks us if there's any actual, like, physical evidence that he had hurt her. And I think what it's going to be is we can find a gun that he owns. But then again... I'm thinking... Yeah, I guess we can do that. Yeah, so we don't have anything here. Also, though we do see the notifications for like the whole thing aren't correct anymore. So that should now be something to do with notifications. Oh yeah, that's because I didn't actually fix that issue with fall through. So yeah, this one is not completed. So yeah, the first note is valid. The second note should be ignored. Yeah, basically... I think what it is that I shouldn't evaluate all of the... Ooh, what is this, I guess? I guess the question is, how do I do this fast? Yeah, too complicated. Eventually I'll figure it out. But yeah, basically, because this is actually run per dialogue note, like to get the notifications in here, it's run for each note in your journal, where these notifications are run for each label. And those are two different things. Because the labels, there are still some that are active and relevant, except for the fact that other labels take precedence and override them for any combination of notes that you have. So what I need to do is for these notifications, I need to do the same thing that I do for the journal as a whole. So do we want to accuse Guy? Yeah, can't you find that out? Yeah, if you can give us the information, we can make the arrest and ask questions then. That's all I could think of. Then you don't have enough for us to arrest someone. So why does this... Why are these two separate things? Oh, no, I don't see. Okay. I think what we should have is, how do we incriminate Guy without it feeling like it's too undirected? I mean, I guess we could just say he owns a gun, and it's like, well, a lot of people own guns. Because, yeah, in this area, people are going to be owning a lot of guns, so that's not enough evidence. Because, yeah, I want there to be several different accusers, or people you can accuse. Guy. Motive. His father's land was given to Fahrenheit. Evidence. Tracks out in the area. Let's say, like, that could be a possible thing. Oh, wait, no. Wait. It's not his wife. I keep forgetting. Yeah, so tracks out in the area. Maybe they'd gotten into fights before? Other evidence, maybe he was in a fight with the husband. Maybe... What is it spelled? Paraphernalia? It's paraphernalia? Weird. Okay. What are other things? So basically things that unambiguously indicate, like, he could have been at the right place at the right time. he could have had the tools to kill her. He could have had the, like, means to do so. So yeah, let's say a gun. Maybe you have to just have, like, a sufficient number of evidence points. Like, he's like, that's something, but we need more than that. Like, I think this is, like... No? So yeah, I think maybe there's, like, you have to have 2 pieces of evidence. And yeah, then this should be presented to the player quite early on, this guy here. Because otherwise the player will not have enough, or the player will have no idea how to actually beat the quest if they don't know that they have to come to this guy and say this to him. So he should be pretty prominent. Yeah, and then husband's motive, so like declining relationship. Second wife. Evidence, argument. Probably also a gun. So yeah, let's say, like... requirements for accusation, name, motive, hard, or evidence of means. Gun, actually, maybe there's 2 different... Well, no, I'm not sure if there's 2 different motives. Second wife, or control of business. Okay. I think for this one, there'd actually be 2 separate ways that you can accuse the husband of murder. Like, one is the declining relationship, and the other is a drug business. Okay, Okay, so I think with the husband, there's actually several different like nuances to like which piece of evidence you use. I suppose I could have that here as well, with like, you know, whichever pieces of evidence you use, like materially change what like qualities the player is ascribing to the accused murderer. Okay, and this makes sense because she's the one who actually did kill her, and she has like, I think it was actually like a fight between the two of them. And so she's injured. Her husband would actually definitely have a gun then, and it also would have a matching caliber. So you can be like, he has a gun, and it's like, well, so everybody has guns here. There's wild animals everywhere. And then you pull out a bullet case, and you're like, this is a bullet from the, like, this is a case from the scene. And they're like, we found, like, other cases, so yeah, that's true. Because, yeah, I think what happened with the bullet cases as well is going to be, they picked up most of the bullet cases for evidence, but they missed one, and you find it. And then you can use that for your evidence. So yeah, she's injured. I guess her husband's gun. Has a gun. I think you need, just because the police officer would be like incredulous, the second wife has a like substantially higher threshold of evidence that you need. And then also like she's second in, or she's next in line. Actually, this is just a different motive. So yeah, declining relationship, control of business, or wants to control business. So arguing domestic violence, the wife was managing the fields. And I guess here maybe I think what I would like is if you say the second wife and accuse her with Auntie as your translator, the accusation fails because Auntie is messing with what you say, like altering the statements. And then like just claiming that that's what they say. So you actually have to go to the peacekeeper alone. And then like use broken Yukazi or broken, and then he like has broken English, but he still understands you well enough to make the arrest. That could be interesting. But I think I won't bother with that for now. Let's put in the other people that we could have. We could have Auntie, we could have Happy, who is Fahrenheit's cousin. Is there other people in the area? Another peacekeeper? Well, no, I think these two are like fallout. So like declining family. I think, let's just say insufficient. So like you can make the accusation, but then it's like, no, you don't have enough evidence to support this. Also, I should have made these again. I should have put this in the to-do list because now I just have to put it in the to-do list. So major quests, in another life, 5th phase, accusations. So we can have guy. I think the main ones will be guy, husband, second wife, auntie, happy, motives would be probably just inheritance, motives, second wife, controlling or control of business. I know. Protecting second wife, or so basically you can interpret the second wife's injuries as either being caused by the husband as evidence of domestic violence from him, or as violence from Fahrenheit to the second wife, and then the husband stepped in and like shot her to protect his second wife. So then evidence would be he owns a gun. Big. A casing from the scene. Or a casing from near the scene. And then, was injured. So, either, or can be used for as evidence that the husband is abusive. He was, or as evidence, attacked wife and he defended her. And actually, there might be physical evidence of the second wife at the scene. I'm not sure what it would be, though. Maybe it's just evidence that she actually can go up there. But no, we want, like, more physical evidence. You know, things that physically demonstrate the means. So here, evidence, what is the evidence? He owns a gun? Yeah, second wife, motives, I think here you can discover the actual motives of her. But yeah, let's say bad relationship, fighting, or like, yeah, let's say like fights with Fahrenheit, self-defense, or next in line to control fields, or the real one, which is had connections to Liberation Front. Evidence. So this is had injuries. So you'd have to have some sort of evidence that the injuries were caused by Fahrenheit. So there'd probably have to be, there needs to be a note. Maybe like someone just says like, you know, she once got so angry she like throttled someone else. And then also her husband has a gun. And then Big, she has some sort of movement equipment. And I want it to be very difficult to find this actual connection here. I want it to be more likely that the player just accuses the wrong person, or more likely the second wife for the wrong reason. Okay, then for Auntie, motives, family, fallout, and then Big would be part of the Liberation Front. Evidence, Big, front equipment, and hopefully the player feels morally ambivalent about like reporting that stuff, because it is like the liberation movement of Yukaz is like a pro or Liberation Front, whatever I call it. It's a pro-democracy movement within this country. And so it'd be sort of like, I don't know. You know, you're basically outing like a pro-democracy person as being pro-democracy in order to get them arrested. So motives here, resentment, family fallout, money. I'm not sure exactly what this is, but I think it's just going to be... And then we just, like, can't actually accuse Happy of the crime, but we can, like... We can accuse her of motives, but then we don't have any, like... sufficient stuff. So yeah, we have 4 people we can accuse, or 5 people we can accuse, 4 people we can actually get arrested. And I'm wondering if these are... I think there needs to be more interesting moments still within this story. Because right now it's still a lot of, like, mechanical stuff. You know, of, like, the actual logistics of figuring out who did what and why. But okay, I guess we should just put these in here now. So, like, we can have, like, 2D... Let's go to which home we are going to. So Rivertown, no, we need to go up to Lagoon Town. Basin Town? That's the one. No, High Homes. Or Upper Homes. Lagoon overview? I have no fucking idea. So what is this scene? What is this one? Forest South? Hilltown. Okay. Well, okay. I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. Oof, okay. So our goal now is to have a room for the husband. I think what I'm going to do for now, kind of lazy, I'm just going to have it so that you can walk into his apartment and see like that he has a gun in his house. Scene change 2D. So this is like, I mean, I suppose he'd be coming in here anyway, and you could notice that there's a rifle. So yeah, let's put this behind, let's put the NPCs in front. And then paint. Also, I should start doing more like kind of assembly line stuff. Like for my recent video, it was a lot of fun to like write out every single shot that I needed and then like just go through my footage and get all of the clips without actually going back and forth from like the video editor to the, you know, to where I had my clips to like things like that. So I could like just like do a bunch of writing and then like list out all of the scenes that I need. And then do that. But I don't care enough to do that for now. Especially since I'm still kind of just figuring out all of this stuff. I guess this is a playable storyboard. Like, it's going to be like a... We'll do a cool fisheye. And what things would be in the home? And should there be rules for how we come into the home? Let's put this, so this is going to be like third phase investigation. Their home. So, or home. Husband's permission required to enter? So yeah, for now. See, I was about to put it at like a fucking... Let's put like a rifle against the wall. Or like up here. Well, no. We wouldn't want a rifle. Because we would want a handgun. I guess I'll just put like a little handgun then. Okay. So this is going to be Fahrenheit home. In fact, what if the husband is in the home? So where is he? So he lives... So we should talk to Fahrenheit's husband. So their home is... Oh, wait. Is on the south side of the hill right above there. So yeah, I think he will go into the template. Boom. And then we have Fahrenheit home. $2D scenes. What is this going to be? Lagoon Town, Fahrenheit home. Good enough. Right there. There's what I want. So we can attach this. Okay. And then we have a talker, 2D, for the gun. This will be, what is it? In another life. So ID gun. Let's say handgun. Oh wait, no, custom entry handgun. This will be IL handgun. And then we go to another life. Handgun. Exit. A handgun. Examining it. Journal note. What should we do? Let's say a 7.62 by 25. Let's just say a handgun looking at the side. I want a caliber of handgun. I'm thinking 7.62 by 25. Or maybe a straight barrel. Because, yeah, there's the Tokarev, which is like a miniature rifle round. But I'm thinking also, are there... Yeah, 7.62 by 35 would be interesting. Just because then it's a real... What's this? Oh, it's a 32 caliber, I think. Or no. Okay, I see. This is this one. Wait, I just realized 7.62 by 38 is a big... Like, that's a big pistol caliber. That's like... Because the AK-47... This is an AK-47 round. 7.62 by 39. Oh, I see. But it is quite a bit. Because it's wider at the base, where this one's straight. Still pretty big for a pistol, or like a lot of powder. Yeah, let's do 7.62 by 35, I think. What's 7.62 by 21? Oh, just a fat little, like, thing. Yeah, I want, like, a fictional caliber that's kind of weird. So that way the player remembers it and takes notice of it. Yeah, this feels like it's going to be quite close to a rifle caliber. I'm guessing this 300 AAC is the same type. Yeah, let's just do upon closer examination. Let's say skip. Read the markings. And then skip back. Some markings don't appear to be. in a foreign script. So this will be like 7.62 by 25 millimeter. Yeah, I think we're just going to do... Actually, I want to do... You know what? Fuck it. Completely fictional caliber. So 7 point... No, wait. 2.6. No, 6.2 by 30 millimeter. Hmm. So, rename some sort of, let's say rename husbands. Has some sort of 30 caliber handgun on the wall. Okay, let's say that's fine. Chambered in 7.62 by 30 millimeter. Let's say husband has some sort of 30 caliber handgun chambered in 7.62 by 30 millimeter. Okay. So that way we have that. So we can come back here, we can go up here. Oh yeah, we don't actually have that set up yet. Or, yeah. Fahrenheit home. Wait, no, not quite that. There should be examine. I haven't set up a lot of this stuff. Okay, Hilltown. Boom. Back. Enter home. Some markings are in a foreign script, but a few are recognizable. Bellica, 7.62 by 30 millimeter. Why is this not working? Oh yeah, I see. IL, handgun. Let's say husband. So yeah, a lot of evidence will be able to be used for accusing multiple people. Some markings are in a foreign script, but a few are recognizable. Bellica, 7.62 by 30 millimeter. From Bellica. Okay. And then let's go to body site, and we'll have an item pickup. So it'd probably be over here, because basically, like most weapons, it would eject the rounds from, or it would eject the casings from the right. So basically, if they were standing here, facing this way, shot, casings might go this and that way. So this is now going to be IAL Bellica casing, or in another life casing. Say it that. Persistent. Prompt text. Small objects. And that means that now, let's do like 400 by 400. So I need to look at a real world casing to figure out if there's any markings that would tell you the caliber of the casing on it, because that would like make it easier for the player to figure out, oh, this is a 7.62 by 30 millimeter Bellica case. Okay. Yeah, we can see 7.62 millimeter. So it would be something like this. I'm imagining a straight case. And then it would have like the little interior thing like this. Not a rim like a revolver. So we'd have 7.62 millimeter. And then this is probably like, let's say, what is the Federation of Russia called in Russian? So that way I can use a similar format for Bellica. Let's look up, like, I actually haven't typed in Russian in, like, eons, so I've forgotten all of the, yeah, let's look up Belarus. If I can remember where E is. I'll figure it out eventually. There we go. Belarus. Took me a bit. Oh yeah, I see. What am I looking for now? Where's the soft sign? Respublika Belarus. So we could probably do just Respublika Bellica. Yeah. Let's make it a federation, though. Russia. Oh, whoops. Misspelled. Rossijska Federacja. Let's do Sobrashenia Federacja Beliki, or something like that. So basically, it's a bit more different than the other two. So it's the United Federation of Belika. Okay, project. Now we need, where the heck is this going to be? UI items? I think maybe icons? No, not there. Where the heck are they actually? Where do I put items? Items descriptions, okay. Icons, we're going to put this as like casing. So yeah, duplicate this. This will be IL casing. This will be a miscellaneous thing. Preview 3D. No preview, but we'll have a casing here. Oh yeah, I forgot. We don't have custom. Yeah. Well, I'll just put a custom icon anyway. Some sort of certificate. So we don't need this. Full name. This will be handgun casing. Or let's say bullet casing. Some sort of bullet casing, found it. Murder scene. It has some markings. Oh. 7.62 millimeter. And something... Oh yeah, now I need to figure out how to do, like... Where are the quotation marks in... on a Cyrillic keyboard? Shift 2, okay. C, F, B. I'll figure out where B is eventually. There we go. Okay. So now we should be able to go, oh yeah, and the value of having this is that I can then put it on this, like that. Expand the icon. Okay. Let's go back to the past. Now we can go to our inventory. Oh, we can't. It's an item. I think we should not have the casing, or we should not give this casing a custom icon, I'm believing. I'm being led to believe that such a thing. Okay, leave. So now we can find a casing. We can find the gun. So yeah, some markings are in a foreign script, but a few are recognizable. Bellica 7.62 by 30 millimeter. So this, if the player has found the cartridge, one way or the other, they should be shocked to discover this. Look at that. Okay. So what else do I want? I think I should do the actual accusations, or I should do the rest of the physical evidence. I guess I'll fill out the rest of the evidence. Because now we have the home. We have the casing. So evidence, he owns a gun. Oh, wait, no. That's not the right one. So evidence here, he owns a gun, big casing near the scene. So we should write out all of these. So yeah, we still don't actually know where the second wife is. Let's say this. It's hard to tell if he's being stoic. Okay, so we also need to know that Guy owns a gun. So we probably need to look at his home as well. Okay. Scene, change, 2D. Okay. This will be Guy's house. Oh. Not quite right. Okay. Another cool house. This one, I'm going to draw from the bottom. Or from the top, I should say. And we'll have an old-timey rifle. I've forgotten how rifles look. But I'm not keen... Oh, I remember. Basically, a lot of older rifles, they kind of look like this. And then you have the stock come out separately, basically. This isn't quite looking right. Well, whatever. Then we have, like, I don't know, couch or something. He has his cool sofa down here. Okay. 2D scenes. Lagoon Town. Guy. Home. Okay. Guy, home. So that means we go to Basin Town for Guy. Oh, wait, no. Hang on. We need a few things. Talker. Walker. Basin Town, we put this on that. Okay. Rename Guy. And yeah, here we have this as rifle. In fact, we can have both of them say 7.62 millimeter. That'd be interesting. I mean, that would make sense as well. Where is another life? There we are. Rifle. A rifle. And we'll have the same thing here. So this will be IL Guy rifle. Guy has a rifle. Chambered in 17 or 7.62 by 54R. Let's just say 7.62 by 54. Okay. What you want? 7.62 x 54 millimeter. Oh. So yeah, I suppose we could also look at other people's areas and see what they have. In fact, I think the player's pistol would also be chambered in 7.62 by 30 millimeters. Because that's going to be our, like, fictional, like, powerful pistol caliber. Which admittedly is not a terribly powerful pistol caliber, but it is like, well, I don't know exactly how powerful that is compared to like a 357 Magnum or something. I couldn't tell you what exactly it would be, but it would be something. I wonder if the player could accidentally get themselves arrested for the murder. You know, show the casing and then show their pistol, and they get thrown in prison. That'd be funny. I'm going to put that in here. You. Casing. This will be a, like, you know, later thing, lower priority. Yeah, eventually I need to, like, start changing things so that they're not all, like, you know, I can just put that here. Can ship, but would be ashamed. And then, like, post-investigation. Can you see the people who were arrested? Okay. Fifth phase, accusations. Yeah, admittedly, there's a lot less direct physical threats to the player in this than I wanted. How do I fix that? Because, yeah, I want more tension, more dramatic possibility. But okay, now we know that guy has a gun. And the casing will actually completely fail us. Like, if we find the casing, and then we go to the guy, we're like, hey, you know, this guy, he's got this rifle, see, but, let's see, we need another life. This is IAL rifle, rifle, examine. A rifle. Read the markings. There's very few markings, but you see one. 7.62 by 55 millimeter. So yeah, guy has a rifle on his wall chambered in 7.62 by 54 millimeter. So husband has some sort of 30 caliber handgun chambered in 7.62 by 30 millimeter. Oh, right. We haven't actually fixed this thing up. So we need to do base in town. Okay. Not at the moment. That was all, thank you. Oh, I see what happened. My special dialogue is broken. Or my, yeah, special menus are broken. So yeah, let's go to quest. I mean, admittedly, it was kind of a dumb system anyway, but yeah. Bugs, dialogue, Viewer. Special menu is broken. How? Why? UI dialog. Subtopics with only contextual replies go back too many times. I think I fixed this. Dialogue still advances when shopping. The end bar is placed in the wrong location sometimes. I think this is correct. Notifications don't respect fall through. Interrogation shows all notification types. That's complete now. Oh wait, no. That's the same bug as this one. Yeah, let's say redundant bug. So could use, so nightlight, could use housing form at the wrong, huh? Oh, I see. Could use the housing form at the wrong time in the interrogation. That's what I mean. Wait until all chunks are loaded before player starts moving. Governor's dialogue, follower dialogue, all this stuff. I think I fixed this as well, didn't I? 2D bug, the map doesn't close. I think I fixed that as well. Evaluate notifications once for each journal note. Yeah, and this will become more important now that I'm going to be doing it for... I'm going to change how the notifications work so that they propagate differently in the UI. Basically, this should use the same thing as the journal. But okay. I think I should call it there. Since now we have most of the physical evidence, most of the motivations for at least Guy and husband. Ironically, we don't have the actual motivations of the actual murderer in place yet. But that'll be for some other day. What did I change? Bug fix. Yeah, I like that things are getting less janky. So, evidence and accusations. Let's say, yeah, it doesn't really... I'd say my big concerns are the quest doesn't really hit on the themes of, like... Because, you know, as I've said before, the quest starts with you stumbling upon a dead body that Jackie mistakes for herself. Like, it looks identical to her. And so... and then she meets a second woman who also looks almost identical to her. And so there's... it doesn't really explore the theme of, like, what could have been. Because it's called In Another Life, because it's like, well, in another life, this would have been Jackie. And it doesn't really, like, do anything with that. And then the other thing is, there's not really any exciting moments, because I started this quest with the vision of, like, a thriller movie, you know, of, like, a murder mystery coming into a town and then seeing, like, strange things and strange people. But there's not really much of that here, and there's not really any tension in any conversations. So I think my next steps would be to add that sort of back in, or to add that in, like, thematic content and tension. And I think that'd probably just come from another pass on this, where, like, once I've got all of this logistical stuff in place, we figure out, where can we put the player in danger? And where can we make Jackie, the character, sort of examine her position in all of this? And like the fact that her mother could have just stayed in Yukaz, or could have brought her to Yukaz, or taken her with her wherever she went, and things like that. And like, would her life have been better? Probably not. But anyway, those are my closing thoughts for today. I'll be back tomorrow, either for this game or Kitty Found a Camera, and I'll be working on a non-devlog video, which is coming along quite well. I'm excited for that. But okay, see you later.